Cate Blanchett opens up about feeling dislocated from her audience despite her remarkable career. Cate Blanchett, the legendary Oscar-winning actress known for her unparalleled range and depth as a performer, has recently opened up about feeling dislocated from the very audiences that have admired and celebrated her work for decades. At 55, Blanchett has firmly established herself as one of the greatest talents of her generation, with a career spanning both film and theater. Despite her enormous success on screen, she has now revealed that her heart ultimately belongs to the stage, where the connection with the audience feels more immediate and authentic. In a candid interview with Extra, Blanchett shared her thoughts on the different experiences of working in film versus theater, highlighting how the disconnect she feels from film audiences has left her longing for the intimacy and immediacy of live theater. "I often feel as an actor quite dislocated from the audience," Blanchett admitted. "When you're working in film, you don't know how many people have seen it, how they've seen it, if they've enjoyed it, and often you don't get the figures, so you don't know how many bums on seats there are." Her reflection speaks to the fundamentally different nature of performance in film and theater. In film, actors often work in isolation from their audience, with the final product being mediated through screens and the lens of a director's vision. The experience of performance is fragmented, broken up over multiple takes and edited together after the fact, which distances the performer from the viewer's immediate response. On the other hand, theater offers a more visceral and immediate connection. Whereas when you're in the theater, you know not only how many people are there, whether they leave or whether they fall asleep or whether they're engaged. It's a more fluid, direct experience and engaged experience with an audience, which I love, Blanchett explained. This distinction between film and theater is something that Blanchett has come to appreciate even more deeply over the course of her career. Having spent significant time on both stage and screen, she has come to recognize the unique emotional feedback loop that theater provides. The energy of a live audience, the subtle shifts in mood, and the unfiltered response to her performance in real time. A legendary career on stage and screen. Cate Blanchett's rise to fame began in the world of theater. Born in Melbourne, Australia, Blanchett attended the National Institute of Dramatic Art, NIDA, where she trained extensively in classical acting. Her stage debut came in the early 1990s with the Sydney Theatre Company, where she quickly gained recognition for her commanding presence and exceptional talent. Blanchett's breakthrough role came in David Mamet's Olenna, 1992, where her portrayal of Carol earned critical acclaim and established her as a formidable stage presence. Her work in theater continued to flourish, with standout performances in productions such as Elektra, Hamlet, and Hedda Gabler, where her nuanced and emotionally charged performances captivated audiences and critics alike. Her transition to film was equally impressive. Blanchett's first major film role came in Paradise Road, 1997, but it was her performance as Queen Elizabeth I in Elizabeth, 1998, that catapulted her to international stardom. Her portrayal of the young queen navigating the treacherous waters of 16th-century English politics earned her widespread praise and her first Academy Award nomination. Over the next 2 decades, Blanchett solidified her place in Hollywood with a series of remarkable performances across genres. She won her first Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her role as Katharine Hepburn in The Aviator, 2004, and later took home the Best Actress Oscar for her searing performance in Blue Jasmine, 2013, where she played a troubled socialite unraveling under the weight of her own delusions. Her filmography reads like a masterclass in acting, with standout roles in films such as Babel, 2006, Notes on a Scandal, 2006, I'm Not There, 2007, Carol, 2015, and Tea with a Cutar, 2022. Blanchett's ability to inhabit complex characters with depth and nuance has made her one of the most versatile and respected actresses of her generation. Theater as her true artistic home. Despite her overwhelming success in film, Blanchett's heart has always remained tethered to the stage. After establishing herself in Hollywood, she returned to her theatrical roots, taking on leadership roles with the Sydney Theatre Company alongside her husband, Andrew Upton. Under their stewardship, the company produced acclaimed productions of classics like A Streetcar Named Desire, Uncle Vanya, and The Maids, with Blanchett delivering powerhouse performances that reminded audiences of her commanding presence as a stage actor. In theater, Blanchett finds a level of connection and vulnerability that is difficult to replicate in film. The unpredictability of live performance, the awareness that each night is a new opportunity to engage with the audience in a unique way, fuels her creative spirit. When you're on stage, you feel the audience's energy. You know when they're with you and you know when you've lost them. It's terrifying and exhilarating at the same time, Blanchett said. That's something you never get on a film set. The impact of the pandemic on her relationship with acting. The COVID-19 pandemic brought this sense of disconnection into sharper focus. With theaters closed and film production halted, Blanchett found herself grappling with the absence of artistic engagement and the communal experience of storytelling. I miss going to the movies. I missed sitting in a dark room with strangers and feeling that collective experience of being transported by a story, she said. Streaming is convenient, but it's not the same as being in a packed theater and feeling that shared emotional journey. Blanchett also reflected on how the pandemic underscored the fragility of artistic spaces and the importance of preserving live performance. Theater is ancient. It's how we've told stories for millennia. There's something sacred about that and we have to protect it. Balancing film and theater. Blanchett's career continues to straddle both worlds. While she remains in high demand as a film actress, with upcoming projects including an adaptation of Rumors and a return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, she remains committed to theater. For me, it's about balance. Film gives me the opportunity to explore different creative challenges, but theater grounds me. It's where I feel most alive as an artist, she explained. Her latest theatrical project, a reinterpretation of A Doll's House, has been met with widespread acclaim, with critics praising her raw and emotionally charged performance. Audiences have also responded enthusiastically, confirming that Blanchett's presence on stage remains as magnetic as ever. An ongoing dialogue with her audience. As Blanchett reflects on her career, the connection with her audience remains at the heart of her artistic journey. Whether on screen or stage, her ability to evoke emotion and capture the human experience has made her one of the most beloved and respected performers of her time. I think as actors we're always searching for that connection, she said. That moment when you feel like the audience is with you, that's what it's all about.